What are some skinny people problems? Didn't think I'd catch you eating more than a mouse, middle finger. This is comical how first world these problems are compared to fat people problems. My newborn baby preferring everyone else to hold him over me. I think it's because of my uncomfortably bony arms. Dropping your phone while sitting on the toilet, trying to catch said phone with last-minute thigh squeeze, phone slipping through thigh gap anyway. Happened multiple times. Why have legs? Always cold. You should eat a hamburger or two sometime. Fuck off, I eat more than you do. I don't fucking know, I'm skinny as hell. 6'3" 150 and don't recognize any problems unique to my build. Weirdos man. I have zero buoyancy in the pool. This past year I gained 10 pounds and of course I could see it easily, but apparently it's a thing for anyone not as skinny as me to completely invalidate my emotions about it. Like I am just not allowed to feel bad about my current weight. 6'1" 145 pounds. My girlfriend of 6 months told me she didn't like posting pictures together because I made her look chubby. People always think my children are stepkids. I'm 5'6" and weigh 100 pounds with 3 kids. I went through a lot in pregnancy and labor for them to exist, and my marriage to the abuser was literal hell. That comment made by strangers hurts so much, that these are his kids and not mine. I hold back anger and tears and march away. Also, watches don't fit, rings are impossible. I go to the children's section in stores and buy L or XL for clothing to fit. I don't buy jarred anything because F jars. Glasses frames are too wide unless I get kid sizes. Pants that fit the waist don't fit leg length. People assuming you're having quadruplets because your pregnant stomach is so disproportionate to your body. I assure you, there's just one in there. Mom was always paranoid that CPS would take me and my brother cause we so skinny. A spontaneous pneumothorax. Now, obviously anyone's lungs can collapse, spontaneously even, but tall skinny people are at a much higher risk since there's some issues with growing that causes little blisters to form on your lungs that could pop and cause an opening to form at any time. Regardless, it happened to me about 2 years ago out of nowhere, landing me in the hospital for over a week. It's rarely fatal though and almost never causes deaths so long as you get it checked out. Some of the smaller ones can even go away on their own without need for surgery. There's also up to a 50% chance that once one happens it can reoccur. The chance only goes up the more it reoccurs. Luckily it only happened once to me, but I knew someone who was in the hospital constantly because his lungs kept collapsing. Scary stuff. Your hip bones for some reason hit corners and you honestly feel like your skin is gonna rip. Dick too big. This'll probably get buried, but here's one that's not obvious. Medications can hit you a lot differently than they do average-sized adults, and doctors don't always take that into consideration when prescribing your dosage. I'm not a sensitive wilting flower when it comes to meds, either. I've been taking meds for various health dysfunctions since my single digits. The problem is that when my weight creeps down even more from where it usually is, those same dosages that I once tolerated can suddenly hit me like a ton of bricks. I lost a rapid 20 pounds this past winter due to anxiety, and there were a few nights I flat out couldn't fall asleep because my body started shaking violently as I dropped off. Turns out my allergy meds plus a certain pain med had combined to wreak havoc on my blood sugar, and I had to adjust the dose according to my new weight. TLDR, it's hard to know sometimes, just going by height and weight, if you should be taking the full adult dose of medication or taking the child dose because you're not heavy enough to metabolize the normal amount. All of these problems sound a hell of a lot better than heart disease and diabetes. When people assume you don't eat because you're skinny. Like some skinny people I know eat the most but they're still skinny. I have to get a lot of clothes altered just so they fit, and it's really expensive. You're always seen as weak. People call us skinny and think that doesn't count as body shaming and doesn't get to us. It does. Blowing away in the wind. For many of you out there, try working out at the gym. I used to be underweight and I tried to gain weight by eating way more and it didn't do much. But as soon as I started lifting, I started gaining weight muscle fast and it helped way more than overeating. Take advantage of your high metabolism to gain muscle instead of fat. Being an uncomfortable snuggler. Want to rest your head on my arm? Hope you enjoy the feeling of bone across your neck. Want to lay on my chest? Have fun feeling my ribs and fast beating heart on your face. Also my elbows and hips are like daggers, watch out. People feel that they have the right/obligation to tell you to eat a burger and you are not supposed to be insulted by the comment. When you see a shirt or pants on a website and like the way it looks so you buy it, and when you get it it does not fit or look anything like it did in the pictures. Then you realize the model that's wearing it is ripped and has excellent body mass, and you're just swimming in this new shirt that you're never gonna wear. Getting sick is an issue. If you have no weight to lose and can't eat normally for even a few days you lose weight that is not healthy to lose. Finding a watch that doesn't look massive, and also actually sits on your wrist and not the back of your hand. This shit, a-okay hand, wow wrist is so small yes, I fucking get it. I know. Plus the, do you eat? My mom constantly got asked if she fed me when I was a kid. She did. I just have sucky genetics. Being assigned female at birth also kinda sucked because don't be ashamed of your body, it's what every woman wants. I'm allowed to be insecure of my body. I see lots of comments like that when skinny girls come forward about their body. People tell them stop complaining. I wish I had that, so you shouldn't complain. We are allowed to complain and be insecure. Plus, I'm trans and having a super skinny body that looks like a girl as a trans person sucks. Also, the how can I look like you? I wanna be skinny. I'm so fat. How do I look like you? Drop the diet. Please stop. I hate it. Please, learn to love your body. You don't need to look like me. It makes me feel guilty. I can't give you answers anyway. I'm not on a diet. I'm a lot better weight-wise since I've gone through puberty and started to have a larger food palette. I'm still super skinny though. Lots of things people do annoys me. Especially comments on my weight. Comments on my weight affect me like it would for anyone else. Sometimes I don't eat because I forget to eat or don't have the motivation to get up and eat. Sometimes I don't eat because everyone else in my house and life is so worried about theirs. Please, just be kind. Don't comment on someone's weight unless you know the person personally and know it's affecting their health. If you don't know the person and it's not affecting their health, shut up. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Skin tall guy here. It's really difficult to find pants that are both long enough and fit on the waist. Constantly feeling like your weight isn't healthy, but not wanting to say anything because you're not fat and you don't want to offend anyone. Ooh, finally one I can answer. People trying to wrap their fingers around my wrist. People trying to pick me up. Constantly getting told to eat more. Getting asked if I am anorexic. Also cold all the time. I genuinely have a hard time gaining weight and am currently just underweight for my height, but when I say I'm trying to gain weight to people they just say oh be lucky you're not fat, and it's like fuck you, I want to weigh more. It kinda sucks being really skinny. Not feeling as secure on roller coasters / violently rattling about on roller coasters. You're so skinny, why don't you eat? Finding jeans that fit when you have a really skinny waist but disproportionately long legs. Never finding clothes that fit. In order to find pants that are long enough for your legs you'll have to get the ones where the waist is too big. In order to make sure the waist isn't too big the legs will be too short. Well, why not just wear a belt? We do, it just sucks because we have to either get a child size belt and hope that it's not too small, or get an adult belt and hope they have a hole that makes it small enough for you. I just said screw it and got a tie-off belt so I can make it perfectly fit my waist. Same goes for shirts. If you want one that reaches your waist you'll have to get one that's too wide. Want one that's not too wide? Enjoy tiny sleeves and constantly having to pull your shirt lower.